Opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces. d5 establishes a presence in the center, controls the e4 square, and opens up the light-squared bishop. The queen's gambit offers up a wing pawn to attack the center and distract black from the e4 square. In the Slav defense, c6 supports the d5 pawn. Nf3 controls the e5 square and protects the d4 pawn. Nf6 develops the knight toward the center, adds support to the d5 pawn, and controls the e4 square. e3 supports the d4 pawn and allows the light-squared bishop and queen to develop. a6 controls the b5 square and prepares a potential b5 pawn push. This activates a bishop by developing it off of its starting square. This pins a knight, which restricts its mobility. This activates a knight by developing it off of its starting square. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. It is the last book move. Right on target. It is best. This strikes at the center with a pawn, fighting for space. It is best. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. It is good. This develops a knight off its starting square, getting it into the action. It is excellent. This fianchettos the bishop by placing it on a powerful diagonal. This stops the opponent from being able to win a pawn. It is excellent. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Recaptures. It is best. This develops a bishop off its starting square, getting it into the action. It is best. Very precise. It is best. This activates a rook by developing it off of its starting square. It is best. This kicks an opposing bishop. It is good. This is an equal trade. It is best. Takes back. It is best. This threatens to fork pieces. It is best. This defends the attacked pawn. This is the only move that works. This stops the opponent from being able to fork pieces. It is a great move. This captures a vulnerable pawn. It is best. Recaptures. It is best. Takes back. It is best. Recaptures. It is best. Takes back. It is best. This attacks a rook, winning a tempo when it moves away. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This places a rook on the 7th rank, activating the rook and restricting the opponent's king. It is excellent. This defends the attacked bishop. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This defends the attacked rook. It is best. This challenges the opposing rook for control of the open file. It is good. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is the only good move. It is best. Recaptures. It is best. Castling develops a rook, while also moving the king to safety. Castling to the same side of the board as the opponent tends to lead to less sharp positions as compared with opposite side castling. It is best. That pawn was free for the taking. It is best. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. It is good. This wins time by threatening a rook and forcing it to move away. It is excellent. This moves the rook to safety. It is excellent. This exposes an attack, threatening a pawn. It is good. The opposing knight is kicked by a pawn, and must now move or be captured. It is good. This wins time by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. It is best. This defends the attacked pawn. It is excellent. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Takes back. It is best. There were worse moves, but also something much better. It is an inaccuracy. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. It is best. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. It is best. This reveals an attack on a knight. This threatens to fork pieces. It is excellent. This move puts the knight on a safer square. It is excellent. This steps away from the checking knight. It is excellent. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This is the only good move. This is the start of the endgame and black is equal. It is a great move. This ignores an opportunity to threaten winning a bishop. It is an inaccuracy. This steps away from the checking bishop. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. A solid choice. It is excellent. That's a sensible reply. It is excellent. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This is the only good move. It is a great move. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. It is best. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. This is the only move that works. This stops the opponent from being able to win a bishop. It is a great move. This ignores an opportunity to threaten winning a pawn. It is an inaccuracy. This is not the best. It is an inaccuracy. A very strong play. It is excellent. An active king is critical in the endgame and getting it off of the back rank is the first step. It is best. One of the best moves. It is excellent. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. This is the strongest option. It is best. Right on target. It is best. A solid choice. It is excellent. Very precise. It is best. This is a fair move. It is good. That's a sensible reply. It is excellent. This defends the attacked pawn. It is excellent. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. It is best. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. A very strong play. It is excellent. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. It is good. This is the strongest option. It is best. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. It is excellent. This fights against the opposing rook for the open file. It is excellent. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. It is excellent. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This threatens to create a passed pawn. It is excellent. This is an equal trade. It is excellent. After all captures, this is an equal trade. It is best. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Recaptures. It is best. Right on target. It is best. This pushes a passed pawn. It is excellent. This evades the check from the pawn. It is excellent. Placing a rook behind a passed pawn helps keep the pawn protected as it tries to promote. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is excellent. Very precise. It is best. This evades the check from the rook. It is best. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. It is excellent. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is best. This stops the opponent from being able to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is best. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable pawn. It is best. This moves the rook to safety. It is best. One of the best moves. It is excellent. This threatens to win a pawn. It is excellent. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. It is excellent. This moves the rook to safety. It is excellent. This puts the rook behind an opposing passed pawn, which helps counter the pawn's push to promotion. It is best. This is the strongest option. It is best. This offers an equal trade of pieces. It is excellent. This move puts the rook on a safer square. This threatens to fork pieces. It is best. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. This prevents the opponent from being able to fork pieces. It is best. A solid choice. It is excellent. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. It is best. Placing a rook behind a passed pawn helps keep the pawn protected as it tries to promote. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is best. This prevents the opponent from being able to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is excellent. That's a sensible reply. It is excellent. Right on target. It is best. Very precise. It is best. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. This is the strongest option. It is best. A very strong play. It is excellent. Right on target. It is best. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. It is best. One of the best moves. It is excellent. A solid choice. It is excellent. That's a sensible reply. It is excellent. A very strong play. It is excellent. Very precise. It is best. That's fine. It is good. One of the best moves. It is excellent. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. This steps away from the checking rook. It is best. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. It is good. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. It is good. This is the strongest option. It is best. This moves the bishop to safety. It is best. Right on target. It is best. This takes an outpost, an active square where the bishop cannot be kicked out by a pawn. It is best. This offers an equal trade of pieces. It is best. Very precise. It is best.